why would you do it? That's why.
Welcome back. This is season 7, episode 11. I'm Gaston Rossato.
And I'm Rossato, and this week we're looking at a 2015 Jeep Wrangler.
Why a Jeep Wrangler, you ask? Well, just like everything we do on this channel, folks, something a little special, or big for that matter, 707 Hellcat engine. That's right, 707 horsepower that is. But before we get started, we want to remind you, please hit that subscribe button. We got an archive of incredible videos, incredible cars.
Let's get this thing on the road. Can't wait to start it up.
All right, Renzo, I love driving, just cool, unique stuff. We can't really call this car a sleeper, because it is lifted, it's got the bigger wheels and tires.
Well, I think you can, because it's slightly modified, but it doesn't look like a fast truck.
Well, that's the thing. It's not really gonna catch your eye in the sense of, oh, that's a special Jeep because it's lifted and it has wheels and tires. Just like so many of them, right?
Right.
You would never expect that to be under the hood, though.
If you can't hear it, you would never expect it.
And you kind of wonder why. Why would you put a Hellcat motor in a Jeep? And I'm sure somebody's philosophy was because I can. And that's basically what it is, and that's what is so cool, right? The engineering behind doing something like that.
Yeah.
Awesome truck, awesome provenance. We'll talk about it later, but this truck was presented and shown at the SEMA Show.
Yes, it was.
It's a limited production, and it's #1. You hear that whine, you hear that whistle. We know it's coming from that big ass supercharger. Oh, that's a lot of cops for one car. Drawing guns or no?
Oh shit, they're drawing guns.
Let's get a little gas. What do you say? See how it reacts.
I'll never say no to that. And then that question we asked, why would you do it? That's why. It immediately just puts a smile on your face. Oh man. Sideways there. The big tires don't let it.
I have to say I'm not flooring it.
Yeah.
Because there's more throttle space there. When something has 700 horsepower, you don't want to just hit the gas.
Yeah. No.
And you don't understand how something's going to react. That's how accidents happen. So we're just getting a flavor for what it has to provide.
And we're gonna do a walk around, jump into the Jeep, try as quick as possible because I want to get behind the wheel of this thing.
Right.
So let's talk about how this Jeep started life, right? It's a 2015 Unlimited Rubicon. So the builder went with the top of the Jeep line to make this project happen. This example right here only has 1,800 miles. This truck is still new.
It's brand new, Renzo. And I think, it was built obviously to be a show truck, but the fact is, I think the time has come for it to be someone's toy. Take it out. Go rock climbing, go mudding, go do something with it. It's a Jeep with 700 horsepower. Put it to use. I love, how it's essentially very subtle given the transplant this Jeep has had, right? You look at it like we mentioned earlier, you don't think anything of it. The only major giveaway on the car, and it might not even be for that, is this SRT badging on the side, right? Yeah. So, what does it have that's different and modified? Well, it's got a 1.5 inch Terra lift, okay, with Bilstein shocks. These are 35-inch mud terrain tires. I love the wheel combo, these two-piece wheels. They read Hellcat on it with the blue trim and the black. It just continues flowing with the rest of the design of the truck.
It's subtle, the Hellcat, you know?
The fender flares on all 4 corners replaced. That's not plastic.
Definitely not.
Rock crawler, front bumper with the incorporated LED lights and the Warren winch, right? And of course, your LED light bar up on top.
Exactly. So let's talk about...
Very quick, Renzo. Don't interrupt me, please. I got a thing going here, okay? We have this lightweight, functional hood.
Yes.
Very important. When this engine needs to breathe, it's got a supercharger. There's different functionality taking place than a stock Jeep. So
yeah, you have the openings right here for that, that breathability, so that supercharger can get all the power it needs.
And look at these headlights. Incredible headlights, you know, when they're on.
Yeah, and you have the Hellcat right inside.
You have the Hellcat right inside.
Yeah.
It just, I love the OEM finish.
I do.
You would think Jeep made this truck, right? When you open up the hood, you see the wiring, you see the engine displays. It all looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah, it looks correct. It looks correct. So the person responsible, the company responsible, Hauk Design, are the ones who built this. And they only made 50 of these examples. And this being the #1 example that was shown to the world in SEMA Show, Las Vegas, 2015.
That's where the best of the best, the latest and greatest goes. So this truck has that cool provenance that will always be with it.
100%, 100%. So obviously we have a 707 horsepower, 6.2 liter V8 supercharged. You're probably thinking that transmission, that Jeep transmission, although it's great, is not meant to handle all that power. Well, that transmission has been changed to adapt and to control that power with a Mercedes-Benz 5G tonic transmission, an automatic transmission that does have the manual paddle option with it as well.
Yeah. And I want to move in now into the interior because I also love, you know, and Hauk Design deserves all the credit for building such an incredible machine. And I also want to give them credit for being so selfless, right? Because they could have just branded themselves, thrown it all over the truck. Yeah. And no, it says Hauk Hellcat on the buckets that are completely reupholstered to fit this Jeep, also in color theme. So, so discreet, so easy. They put the plaque there, Mr. Hauk signed the Jeep, and that's all they needed to do. And I think it was done tastefully.
Oh, 100%. The more I learn about the truck, the more you drive the truck, the more you start to appreciate it. Because I remember saying, we're gonna get a Jeep with a Hellcat engine in it. That sounds really cool, but let me tell you, I'll do this an everyday driver. I mean, you see this all the time in Miami. These like slightly lifted Jeeps with tires, and they're driving around every day. You can do it.
Probably not a sleeper, but I like to call it a sleeper, given what it is.
I think for sure it's a sleeper. I mean, come on, you're parked next to this thing on the street, and let's just say you're in a Mustang, and this guy takes off.
How would you guys call it? A sleeper or highly modified in-your-face truck? That would be nice to know. Renzo, your turn to drive.
Yes, please, let's go. All right, so behind the wheel of the 707 horsepower Jeep. Let me just listen to this thing really quick. That's barely touching it.
Yeah, and listen, it's got sound, it's nice. It's also not extremely overwhelming. It has a Flowmaster exhaust on it. You know, it tells you there's something going on, but you're not exactly sure.
Yeah, exactly. That, you know, there's a lot of Jeep drivers out here that love it, that use it as an everyday driver, and then they want to have their muscle car for the weekend. Here you have them both.
Unorthodox kind of muscle car way to do it,
but it works.
That's certainly a way to do it.
I don't have to buy myself a Jeep or buy myself a Hellcat. Here you go. Problem solved. What a Jeep. Love the thing. We're back at home base.
So if you guys want to learn more about this car, the link will be provided down below where you can see the full over 100-page photo gallery and detailed specs on this particular truck. If we left anything out that is not mentioned, please shoot us a message. You can do that through email, you can do that through YouTube, you can do that through Instagram or Facebook. So please give us a follow. And before you go, we will appreciate your support by hitting that subscribe button.
That's right, guys. I'm Renzo Rossato.
And I'm Gaston Rossato. Thank you for watching.
Peace out.